Hi all, Jessie B Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for Mixed Media Mayhem, and I'm going to use these two pictures. This is a picture of the hospital where my son was at when he had appendicitis, and I actually took a picture from his hospital room of our truck. And so this is like a far away, and then this is up close. Anyway, I don't know why I did, but I did. And this is the sketch we're going to be using today. It's a sketch I designed especially for Mixed Media Mayhem, and so I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to see what everyone's going to do with it. And yeah, so let's get going. Okay, so let me put the sketch up here in the top corner. Okay, so now I'm looking for my brick stencil, and I got it there. And then I'm going to grab this stencil out, but I end up not using it, and then this leaf floral stencil. So the first thing I do is I grab out my metallic watercolors in just a second, and I'm going to put some color behind where I want my stencil to go. So in my sketch here, I have I was thinking more of, I don't know, a cut file that was brick, but I was too lazy to actually get out my Cricut or my Silhouette and cut anything. So I'm using the stencil. And I'm going to put some of this really pretty metallic copper down in this bottom corner. I am going to justify this whole layout to the bottom corner just like in the sketch. And so here's some of the copper paint going on there, and I'm liking the way that looks. And so then I grab some black ink, and I'm going to put the ink through the stencil using this, it's a makeup brush. And I'm trying to hold it really close to the bristles to keep it really firm, and it works really good. Gives me just that light brick look. But then I decided to take a hair tie, like a ponytail tie, and I wrap it around the edge so I don't have to hang on to it down low, and it keeps the bristles real stiff. And I can move it if I want them a little bit softer. And I like the way this works really well. So that's what I am using here. And I'm just putting the bricks over top of the watercolor. So while I'm doing this, I just want to remind everyone this is a hop. Everybody that is participating in the hop is down below. We do this every Friday, and then on the last Friday of the month, we open it up to everybody that's in the Facebook group. And so it makes a lot of fun. A lot of times we have a recipe that we go off of. Sometimes it's a scrap lift, and this week it's just this sketch. So you never know what our inspiration's going to be, but it's always a lot of fun. So I just marked where I want my two pictures to sit so that I don't have to do a whole bunch of stenciling where they're not going to be seen. Yeah. So this stencil, I really like it. It's like a whole bunch of vines with little flowers. And yeah, so I'm just using a Sharpie pen and just tracing out the different vines where I want them to go. Since I know kind of where the stencil is sitting, I can decide where I want to put, or not the stencil is sitting, I know where the pictures are sitting. Oh my word. And so I can put the stencil where I want it to be poking out. So I'm going to put 2 spots on top here, and then I'm going to bring it down to this side between the 2 pictures. I know there's going to be a lot more visible, so I want it to look like it's coming out of one side of the picture and kind of like up into the other, and I think it works out really well. And then I do actually end up putting it in 2 more very small spots. This one here I think is the biggest that I do, and it goes on super simple. It's just really easy just to trace out the stencil where I want, and this way I can pick and choose which one I use. And where if I was trying to run ink through this, I would probably make a mess and have vines everywhere, which probably wouldn't look bad either, but that's not the look I was going for. So I'm going to put a little vine here, and then a little tiny one below the circle photo here. So get all that done. And then I will bring back the watercolors, and I'm going to paint all those vines in a metallic green. Here's where I was thinking about using that off to the side and changed my mind. So while I'm painting this, like I said in the beginning, these pictures are of the parking lot of the hospital. We were up on the, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd floor of the hospital. I can't remember how big that hospital is. I think it was 3rd floor. And we looked out, and I'm like, oh look, there's the truck way over there. So I took a picture, and then I zoomed in and took another picture of it. And I know you're all thinking you are completely crazy, you took a picture of a parking lot. Well, you gotta remember, I'm from a very tiny town, and yeah, I don't go to the city a lot. So even though this isn't a big city, it's kind of small. To me, it's huge. And so to look way out there and see all these parking spots and my truck out there, I just thought it was really funny. Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely a small town girl. So that's what the pictures are about. And yeah, it's just another little thing to add into the album of when my son got appendicitis, and how we had to go clear up to the city that was 3 hours away from us, and we followed him. He got in an ambulance and was taken up there, and then my husband and our daughter met me, and then we all drove up together following him. And that wasn't a fun night. We ended up sleeping in the pickup in the parking lot because there was no hotels available. So I can't remember what was going on that week, but there was no hotel, so we slept in the pickup in the parking lot of the hospital. And then he was released the next day. I did not expect him to be released that day after emergency surgery, but he was. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so my idea is, you know how in a magazine where they take a picture of something, a grand picture of it, and then they blow it up and show you what they were actually talking about? Yeah, that's kind of my idea. So I took a black and I framed the circle picture, and it's very roughly cut out because I just did it with my scissors, and yeah, but it's okay. It kind of goes with the whole feel of this layout. It's not, you know, everything's not perfect and proper. It's more of the, grunge look to it, and so I like that. So here's the little point that I'm going to have, so you can see exactly where that the pickup is in the picture. And then this is actually a piece of cardboard type of cardstock. It's really, really thick, and it's very, very textured, and it's very hard to cut, but it has some lift to it. So I'm going to put the big photo on it and get it all glued down, and then I'll put the little photo onto some fun foam to bring it up to the same height. It's a tiny bit higher, so that actually works out well. The fun foam is. So here's the fun foam, putting it on there, and get that all laid on there. And then I got to move the little point around until I find how I want it to sit. And right now it's more like a triangle, and I wasn't caring for that quite as much. So I am going to soften the edges, and so just round them a little bit, and I like that a lot better. So I'll get this all glued down. Put a lot of glue on there because this stuff, like I said, is very textured, so I wanted to make sure it was going to stay, which it didn't, and I ended up stapling it and putting more glue in it later. You can see how well it moves. Yeah, so I bring out a different glue. I don't remember if I do that on camera or not, but I know I do the stapling on camera. So I grabbed these beautiful little sunflowers, and I take the centers out, and because it's a very hard center, and I'm going to add them around, but I am able to peel off the centers from the stick that's on, so it's like a little piece of velvet, and so I'm sticking those into the center of the flowers, and I'm liking that. And then I'll cut this one here in half and just have it poking out. There we go. And I was thinking about using this other one, but yeah, it ends up not being used. I switch it with this back to this one because I like the orange in the center, and that one didn't have orange in the center of it. So I get those all glued down. And then get the flowers glued down here in just a second. I just used my ATG to glue them down. That is the best I've found for gluing down the silk flowers. It seems to work the best. And yeah, so that's what I use. I've tried using glue, but it seems like it just soaks into the flower and doesn't actually make it stick. So here's where I think I'm going to come in. Oh, I'm going to add something that is not in the sketch. So I thought the side and top were just a little too bare. And so I'm going to rip that and then bring in this really pretty sunflower paper on a checkered background. I have some scraps of this, and I'm going to bring it in and use it to finish it out. And I just like the balance it gives, so it doesn't look so heavy on that bottom right corner. So I get that all cut, thinking I had to use more of it than I was going to, because I was going to do it all the way around, and then when I put it up like this, I thought I liked it better just having it on that side, because it kept the balance. But originally I was thinking about putting it, yeah, so it was a tiny bit of it showed on the bottom and on the right side, but I decided I didn't need that. So I'll get that overhang taken off, and there we are. get this all glued down. I'm just using that white paper on the bottom. It's just a piece of printer paper, but I figured that way I didn't have to worry about trying to line up my sides, and I knew everything would be perfectly matching where it was supposed to be. So yeah, that's why I use that there. Here's where I come in, I believe, with the staples. I think I'm going to staple that top corner down. Oh, no, still not. I decide I wanted a little bit more grunge to it. So I grabbed this, it's just a piece of rub-ons from the dollar store. And I just have this little piece left. And so I decided to cut it up and then use it in the background behind the pictures. And just kind of going over top of all the mixed media I've already put down, and I think it just adds just that a little bit to it that makes it really, I don't know, pop, and I really like the way this looks. So I'm going to add it to just about all four corners of the layout, and doesn't actually say words, I don't believe, so I wasn't worried about making it, actually make sense. It might say something, but it's not English if it is. So I'm just using it as a little scribble art in the background. So here's where I put the staples. I just put an X up in this top corner. It is actually holding the picture onto the layout, as well as just a decorative touch of that look that I wanted to go for, that grunge. So here's where I come in with the title, and these stickers are from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just calling this The View. And I was thinking about the view from the hospital room or whatever, and I'm like, you know what, sweet and simple. So I'm just putting this as The View, and I think I've already put, yeah, I did. I already went in with the little spots of puffy paint as my scattering, and this layout is done. So thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this one, and if you use this sketch, just let me see what you did, just on the Mixed Media Mayhem page on Facebook. If you're a part of that, post it in there and just let me see what everyone did with this sketch. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.